Well, that
Welcome.
sucked.
Yeah, that was an interesting one. We aren't quite sure what happened, but
Instagram, fuck them.
Instagram was weird, and so check us out on YouTube
Yeah,
because
that was fine.
that one's working fine. Instagram. We gotta have a talk, buddy. So yeah, that was. I just feel weird returning gifts, and if you're just joining us, you're just watching. We were talking about gift returning etiquette, gift giving, gift receiving etiquette, and for me, when people give me something, I feel really awkward. I feel like I had to or should have gotten them something, and that's why I keep just extra gifts handy just in case. So
But your gifts are awesome for the. I know I feel like an asshole because I didn't get you anything. But your gifts are awesome.
you never give me
I
anything,
know.
but that's okay.
But like give us a little bottle, like a shot, and then like a picture of your son, which is dope because I just end up putting like the newer picture in front of all of them. So I end up having all of them in the same
Yeah.
frame that you gave us. Like I don't even know
Like
how.
5 years
Yeah,
ago, and then you just keep reusing
yeah,
it.
keep using it. So
Yeah.
it's funny.
So if you're around me, if you show up and on Christmas you get some kind of just handy gift. This time I made it it's supposed to be a Christmas ornament. I don't know if you really hang it on a tree or you open it, drink it, and then hang it on a tree, but
Fill it back up.
yeah,
With water
or just leave it empty.
in case some alcohol thief
Yeah.
wants to drink it.
Last year I gave what was it? Just the Cokes with the
Yeah, you give a
shots.
2 liter or not 2
Like
liter.
it's a
sorry,
little
a
7
1 liter
Yeah,
bottles with the
with the alcohol. So
fucking shot glass next to, or not the shot glass, but the shot of Jameson hooked onto it.
you were the only one that got Jameson, by the way.
Oh,
Everybody else got like
Jaeger.
7 Jaeger or what else did I do? Oh, I did Jack and Cokes, but yeah, I like
That's
those like
right.
Pinteresty gifts. I don't know, but I think we talked about this in early December. I turned into fucking elf around Christmas time. Like I love Christmas. I'm done usually like on or around the first.
I had all those
December.
gifts wrapped the next day.
Dude, yeah,
That was good.
It's
That was good.
it's fun. I love Christmas, but this Christmas was a little tough. If you listened to last week's show, I had lost my grandmother last, not this past weekend, but the weekend prior. So I had planned to go up to Colorado to say goodbye, basically. All of our living family was getting together, and
This is the
she
white
didn't-
side, right?
This is the white side, yeah. She didn't make it, and you know what? It's okay. I text her before she passed, and I text her like, "Hey, can't wait to see you." So at least she knew that I was thinking of her, and when she went, and she went out strong. And so this was kind of a remorseful weekend, but yet almost like a family reunion weekend too. Uncle, aunt I haven't seen in like 20 years, a couple of cousins who, no, it had to have been less than, probably about 15 years since
It's a
I had
long
seen them.
time.
It's a long time, yeah. One of my cousins is now like 18, 19 years old. When I saw her, she was 3. The other cousin I had not seen before. No one from that portion of the family had seen my son before, so they got to be introduced to them, and so it was good. It was kind of a vacation for me, and then kind of a family reunion, and then under all of that was the goodbye to our grandmother. So it was good though. But for me, it's nice to get away, to get out of the city, and RJ's first flight, Yvette's second or kind of half flight. We talked about how she
Never landed the
never
last
landed a plane. Yeah, good for her. She just keeps jumping out of them.
time.
But my family live. When I say I come from country folk, I come from country folk. And you saw the picture. If you follow me on Instagram, it's country.
Yeah, it's pretty-
It's open land.
Fucking deer and foxes and coyotes and shit.
It is pretty open. My mom lives on, it's like 14, 15 acres of open land, and most of her neighbors also have large, I guess, estates or large properties. And Rich, you and I were talking earlier that, you're not a country person. You're not.
Not at
like-
all.
Yeah.
I love the fucking.
You love the
city.
hustle and the busyness and the all of that. And I am like the complete opposite. I like the solidarity, the quiet, all of that stuff. And, you know, like we were saying, it really is to each their own. There's no right or wrong. It's just what you like. I was saying that when you, like my uncle who lives down, I say down the street, and it is down the street, but it's also like a quarter of a mile away. But there's only like one house in between, so that's awesome. But he opens up, you know, he'll sit on his couch, he looks out his front window, and it's the Rocky Mountains. It's a postcard. And what you said the other night when we were having dinner was that it's a postcard, but it may not be the postcard that you would want or somebody would want. It depends.
Yeah, you can take a picture of the city in New York, and that's a postcard.
And you can take a
Downtown
picture of a
LA.
beach with
Yeah.
people walking in bikinis, and that's a postcard. And so it's, you know, like we said, to each their own. It has their preference. Like, my family lives nowhere near Denver, even though it's in Colorado. But I think the compromise for me would be like.
Did you fly into Denver?
No, I flew direct into Montrose, which is the little city they live in.
Oh, okay.
Which you can only fly direct during the winter months because it's near Telluride, and if anybody loves skiing, Telluride is like
I know a couple girls that like to ski.
just right on the coffee table. Call them up, get them over here. No, I'm just kidding.
Anybody doesn't know what that means.
It's booger sugar.
funnier. It's even funnier.
I was just kidding, babe. No.
So,
Yeah,
George-
it's open land, but that's what I love. I feel real comfortable. I think Denver would be the best compromise for me, where you can drive an hour and be in the middle of nowhere, and then get back into a city where, I mean, Denver's a big populace. It is a city.
Lodo's cool.
And
I think all down. I know I've been to
yeah,
Denver. bro.
I
I've been
know.
to Denver.
Yeah,
You didn't make me gave me that look.
I was
like,
just seeing where you were going with it.
Like it's a cool spot. Like the Rockies are like right there.
Mhm.
Their stadium, the fucking Denver Broncos stadium's right there. Dude, I had never been to a baseball game where I shouldn't say never, because when I went to Chicago, it was very similar. It's like the tailgate like for a football game. It is
Yeah.
a fucking party. It was cool. It was super cool.
Yeah, and I think, you know, when you get out, if you've never been out of California and spent time in some of the other parts of the U.S., you have to. Like, you have to, because there's just a different mentality outside of L.A. And you just you have to experience it to understand. You either appreciate California and LA more, or you look at it and you go, like, people are cool in other places. Like,
How racist were the people around you?
you know, this is gonna sound racist, but the area is a lot of farmland, and so there are a lot of migrant workers. So there are some paisas. They are coming through, they're working, and then they're gonna just move on once, you know, things have stopped growing, and that, you know, it sounds racist, but they are the pickers from the farmlands. And so, I mean, there were some, I was behind a couple in the O'Reilly Auto Parts line, and they only spoke Spanish. Like, in the middle of this little podunk town in the middle of Colorado, there were paisas. They didn't, and I felt bad. That lady tripped. She tripped on the rug and face planted right in the middle of O'Reilly.
Lawsuit.
How do you say it?
Lawsuit.
With the accent
Yeah.
and everything. But and
That's racist.
shout out to you, super fucking racist. But shout out, people came from every fucking aisle, like, and helped pick her up. They're like, "Are you okay?" Like, making sure she was cool. And I'm not talking workers, like just random
Random
people, just like, "Are you okay?" Everything. All right.
I would have just
help
looked
her
at
out.
her and I would have been like, oh, that sucks, and just kept walking.
Well, and they beat me to it, and she fell right in front of me. So she falls, bam, and I go to bend down, and these people came out of fucking nowhere.
So why were you at O'Reilly? You didn't have a car.
Long story.
You flew there.
I flew there, and when you fly, you can take a knife, you could take a gun on a plane, but you have to check all weapons. So they go under the plane. You can't access them. Well, I didn't plan on checking any luggage. I carried everything on. So I had to leave my knife at home.
And your gun.
Yeah, and my gun. Fortunately, there were guns there that I could just borrow for the weekend, which
Yeah.
was great.
But
But
was it knives?
yeah, I did, no, oddly enough. There were plenty of guns, but no extra knives.
Oh, interesting.
So I went to O'Reilly and I bought myself a little $12 knife because the first day I was there, people were like, oh, you know, Yvette's like, hey, can you open this? Like, no, I am completely incapable
I'm
of
knifeless.
I am knifeless. And a couple times, you know, you do like, oh, fuck, I don't have a fucking knife on me. Like, now I have to go walk across the house to the kitchen, get a pair of scissors, find a pair of scissors, cut open said package, put the scissors back, return said package to the fiance, and then feel emasculated. So I got tired of that, and I went and bought myself a knife.
Did you Uber there?
No, family picked me up. There are plenty of cars, plenty of guns, but no knives. So, but
I think I see priorities on straight.
yeah, no, in my family, yeah, as funny as that is, it was so. We were going through my grandma's stuff, and people were like, "Hey, didn't you have a shotgun? Where's the shotgun?" Like, yeah, we lost guns, and like you have so many, you lose.
In the house?
Yeah.
It's not one of those things where you're gonna sit on the couch and shoot somebody's fucking ass off, is it? Maybe.
Oh no, like no, booby trap, no. You could sit on the couch and shoot things, but that's a different story for a different day.
My cousin Erica was showing because her dad lives in Missouri.
Oh
And
god,
he
there's
was-
a lot of guns in Missouri.
Yeah, he was from his
Porch.
I don't want to call it porch. He was, I mean, the porch was right there, but it was really from the sliding door. He was just shooting at the lake that's
The
behind
mud
him. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was just like, bah, 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 bah. I was like, what is he shooting at? Nothing.
Nothing. Well, my aunt was telling me, the aunt that came down from Idaho, she was like, yeah, we have this rock chuck problem, these rodents that come through, and she's like, so I
It's
just,
a rock truck.
it's kind of like a prairie dog. It's like, it's.
What is their real name though?
Rock, I don't know, we've just always, I think they're called rock chucks, I'll look it up right now. But they're a nuisance.
Interns get on that shit.
Yeah, but they're a nuisance, and so she's like, we just moved one of the 22s into the bathroom, so when we see them, we just put the gun out the window and shoot them. Like, yeah, that's something you can't do. I mean, you could do it in
Well, what if
people.
like you're in the middle of like taking a shit?
Hey, you got something better to do, like target practice.
Yeah, I was playing pool on my phone.
Okay. This, you're shooting at something, right? You're
I
shooting
guess.
balls in a hole. But you know, I like the solidarity. I like the quiet. I took RJ out 10 o'clock at night one night, and okay, their actual name is the yellow-bellied marmot.
Rock chuck sounds better.
Rock chuck sounds better. But
So
that's
why
what
are they
were
called
called.
rock chucks?
That part I don't know, but they're a nuisance. They're like prairie dogs.
Yeah, they look ugly.
Yeah. And for anybody
Looks
who
like your peeps might eat them.
yeah, no, Asians will eat anything. For anybody who has never been out of the city, a lot of the things that we city people think are cute are fucking pains in the ass. Like beaver.
I like beaver.
Yeah, I like beaver too, but they cause a lot of fucking problem in the country.
Why?
So you have a lot of land and a little river runs through it, right? And your cows eat the grass. Well, beaver don't like the running water, so they'll stop it. They don't like the sound, so they'll
put a
stop
dam?
it. They put a dam. I was getting there.
Okay.
But that dam fills up with water, and they'll flood an entire area. They'll create a lake. Well, then your cows don't have anything to eat, and they're in mud, and they fall, and they get stuck, and they die. So beaver are a pain in the ass for country folk.
Beaver's kind of a pain for me too.
It is.
It's hard.
It is.
It's hard to get.
It's hard to trap.
It's hard to access.
They're hard to trap. They
And then
get
once you get
everything
there,
all wet.
yeah.
Yeah. So
They're always like, I want more. I want more.
Yeah, it's just easier to
Not
put
a
them down.
not a fucking animal.
and so,
man.
but I took RJ out, and it was about 10 o'clock at night.
You
Went
showed,
outside.
you showed him a big beaver.
Showed him the beaver, and the silence. Like, again, for anybody who's never been out of the city into the country, and I'm not talking like, hey, I went to Vegas. No, go where there is
Countries.
no.
I don't. When I think of country, I don't think Vegas, but okay.
Yeah, okay. Go where there's nobody. Like not camping in Big Bear. That no. Go where there's no one. The quiet is loud. And I mean, you've been in quiet places. It's so quiet, your ears ring. It's loud. You can hear a car driving down the highway from my family's house, and it's like 3 miles, but you can hear the car coming and then going away. It's deafening how quiet it is.
That's scary. I don't know if I like that.
And not everybody does.
I like the noise. I like to hear the fucking sirens.
And oh yeah, there's no silence. There's no.
When we were in New York, like Leslie, which was one of the people that went with us, she was like, "How do you sleep through this?" I'm like, "Dude, it's easy. Like it's all you hear is horns."
Yeah,
and
it's white. It becomes white noise.
Dude, it's just easy. Like I can sleep through it, no problem.
And yeah, so it's just for me. I like the idea that there's no one around. If I want to walk around on my property in my underwear, like you need a telescope or binoculars to see it.
You talking about your dick, or are you talking about?
Well, you need binoculars to see my dick, whether you're in the house or on the property.
Oh, somebody named Nene Burnell just joined.
That's her.
And we're talking about binoculars looking for your dick.
Yeah, she's got a pair.
Binoculars.
Binoculars or dicks. So yeah, it's just I am when y'all have listened to the show enough to know that I'm kind of the country boy. Like I like it. I like being away from people. I like just kind of having elbow room.
So when are you moving?
I don't know. There's issues that
Come along with that.
yeah. But it's nice. It's a different. It was fucking cold, and
How cold was it?
about 30.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cold. Wind chill? Any lot of wind?
There actually was not a lot of wind, so
It's not that
it
bad.
stays at 30. During the day, if the sun is out, you can go out in a long sleeve shirt. I can. My fiance, Miss Nene Bernal, who just joined us, wore like 3 jackets. I was fine in a long sleeve, and you get used to it. Like there actually is scientific proof that when you live up in elevation, you do get thicker blood. It has to. Your body does it to carry more oxygen because there's less oxygen. You're over a mile high. And that part of it I did notice. I climbed the stairs and I get to the top and I was just like out of breath.
Dude, when I went to when I went to the Bronco game and we had to walk up this hill, like we had to park cross street. I don't know what happened, but we had to walk up this hill and I was fucking out of breath. Like,
You feel super
I was like, damn, am I that fat? Like, yes, the answer is yes, even without the elevation.
And it's not that. Like the elevation, because the air is so much thinner, it takes a lot out of you. And
I could put a lot more in you.
I
That's
noticed
what
it.
she said.
I noticed how I'd be, just climbing the stairs, you get to the top, and not every time. It's just every once
You
in a while.
get used to it after a while, though.
Whew, yeah, you do. But you just like, am I that winded? Like, you have to stop and take a few extra breaths.
Well, what I trip out on is like when teams go play like at Mexico City, they practice in Denver
Mm-hmm.
because the elevation's similar. It's actually higher in Mexico City.
Yeah, but it's close. So you can
But
get.
and those guys are in amazing shape and they have fucking oxygen
oxygen
masks, like they're fucking.
Breathing on the sidelines, and it's you don't. Again, if you've never been out of the city, go. You just experience it. It's a different world. It's a different environment, and just you'll feel it. And these types of things come to you, and you go, "Oh fuck, man, why am I so out of breath?" And then you could be as fat as you want there. You just say, "Oh, it's the elevation."
Imagine if you had a knife on your side and they had to weigh you down.
I had to use it. Yeah, no, but again, not everybody. It is cold. There's things that you learn to do. There's ways you live your life that are just different. You start your car in the morning, then you get ready. You find ways to kind of just adapt to that lifestyle. Like my grandmother was, go ahead.
Oh, I saw a funny meme. I'm sorry. And when you said you start your car first to like warm it up.
Yeah.
So there's this guy, and you could tell it's city, but it's still a little more. I'm sorry, not city. It's country, but it's a little more cityish. Like the houses look closer together than maybe you probably have acres. I'm assuming.
Right.
He had a shotgun on a tripod. I guess it's considered a triangle. I don't know.
I don't know if you put a shotgun on like the legs that hold it up.
Yeah.
You wouldn't do that with a shotgun, but
or whatever. Yeah,
Okay,
a rifle.
rifle.
I'm sorry, a rifle.
yeah.
And he was like, if anybody tries to steal my car, I got that ass. Like, and like when I try to like start it,
Yeah.
and he's like there, like he's like, you can tell it's in his room, and the fucking gun's like
Looking at it.
looking right at his car and shit.
You know.
Fucking pop somebody in the fucking ass.
And it's funny because a lot, like, I say this now because they're probably home. When my aunt and uncle left Idaho, they drove a few hours to get to Colorado to meet up with us. She told us, I didn't even lock our doors.
Oh
Like,
shit.
We just left because we know our neighbors. They're watching our house. We have somebody coming to feed the dog, and why lock it? Like, why make another key when we live around people who we trust? They're our neighbors. Like, they're watching our house for us. If there's a stranger rolling through town, everyone's gonna know. Like, you don't belong here.
That's how I felt. That's how I feel when I go visit Yvette in Idaho.
Yeah.
Everyone looks at you all weird. Like,
Like,
who the fuck
who
are
the
you?
fuck are you?
Who are
And
these
every-
fucking beaners?
And people know, like, you don't belong here, especially when you have, like, 2 beanies, 3 jackets, a scarf, sweats on top of
And it's
jeans.
summer.
And, like, the locals, the townies are walking around in t-shirts. They're like, you don't belong here because you're cold and the rest of us are living life.
Yeah, fuck that, dude. I can't live in that coldness.
A lot of people can. It's,
I mean, I can.
obviously you can.
What's up, Rosanna?
I think you're adaptable enough to do it, but like a lot of people don't like to, and,
Yeah.
and I get that. I do. I just fucking I love it. I love the deer that were coming through, and
Did you shoot any?
no, you
Is it
know,
not hunting season right now?
well, if nothing else, you don't really want to shoot deer that are on your property, because then you scare them away. They don't come back. Like if you like the nature around, you don't want to kill it.
Oh, I'd probably kill them.
Yeah. You're
Don't
like,
co-
fuck you guys, don't you fucking
rat
rat
poisoning around all the fucking, don't come into my property, bitch.
But they're like, they'll just come through and like the deer will hop around and they're like eating, and then you take a flashlight and you shine it in their eyes and they're stuck, like they don't move. So you can get real close, and then
Is it because they freeze or?
yeah, they just freeze in light, like they just, it blinds them, like, and so when they're blinded, they just don't move. But yeah, there's like a dozen deer that would be there every night, every morning, eating the vegetables and stuff that are around there, and
Pedro worked hard on those, dude. Why would we be eating Pedro's fucking vegetables?
if you're growing those vegetables, you don't want them there, so you would get rid of them or close the gate. You know what I mean? But the neighborhood talks about like, yeah, just kind of keep your eye out. We've seen some mountain lion, we've seen some bear, and it's just like, okay, like keep your head on a swivel, like keep a gun on you.
Isn't a bear fucking way fast though? Like,
Bears are, but the bears that are like they're black bears. They're not.
why you gotta be black bear, bro?
Well, listen to the explanation of the bear.
Why can't it be a brown bear?
Because brown bears are in Alaska.
Why can't it be a white bear?
White bears are in the Arctic. That's a white bear's a polar bear.
Are there gray bears? What about why can't it be bareback?
You could do bareback. I don't think you could do bareback to a bear.
Bear
You might
fucker.
be able to. But the black bears, they're like they're not aggressive. They're just chill. They will.
Unless you have food.
Yeah, but at the same time, when humans come, they'll jam. Brown bear though, they'll fucking eat you. And polar bear, don't even try. Like they'll fucking scoop you up real quick, make you lunch. But yeah, it's amazing that people paint paintings of these huge rocky mountains, snow-covered mountains, and then the sun coming up over them, and these beautiful artistic pictures. And then you wake up in the morning and you're like, oh, that's like out the front door. Like it's cool. But for me, and not everybody, and you learn to live in the cold. You have pellet stoves. You go out and you chop your wood. You do what you have to do to survive there. And like my late grandma, we found pictures of her ass literally chopping wood to stay warm, going out, cutting down a tree, doing her shit. And if nothing else, they're fucking rugged people up there. And if, I was thinking after we talked last night is, if you're so city that you couldn't make it in the country, that's on you. Like, but if you're so country that you couldn't make it in the city, like fucking farmers only commercials and shit, that's on you. I know you well enough that you could live where.
Rosanna wants to know where you went. You went to Denver.
Colorado.
Or not Denver, I guess. Colorado.
Rosanna, it's a little town in southwest Colorado called Montrose. If you were to ever drive there, you would go through Utah, You cross the Utah-Colorado border, and then about an hour and a half from the border is Montrose. Kind of
That's the California to you though, because if you were in town, you would say you got to go 42 miles.
48 miles. You make a left on I-55.
Yeah.
No, I'm city boy. But it's just beautiful country, and I enjoy going. It is a very, if you're stressed, if you just want to like let things go, there's a chill factor to, well, not just temperature wise. There's a chill factor when you get out into the country. It's like, let some of that shit go.
That's kind of how I feel when I go to Fontana.
Just
It's very country out there.
yeah, it is.
Fontucky.
Fontucky.
That's what they call it, dude.
Yeah, it's like a decompression.
When I go to Fontana, I just go there and decompress.
I
with
wish
the meth heads.
I wish it snowed. I'd go to Fontana.
I think it does every once in a while.
Well, depending on who you call. So, but yeah,
It rains too.
moral of the story, like, get out and see some of our country. I know a lot of our friends don't leave fucking Pico unless Pico burns down.
Yeah.
You got to get out and you got to see some of it. There's some fucking this might sound gay. There's some gorgeous country. Like the Rocky Mountains are beautiful. Utah's gorgeous. If you've never been to some of our national parks, get out and see the world. It opens your eyes to the difference, and maybe good, maybe bad. I like it. That's my public service announcement for the day.
Alrighty.
Okay.
So why are you old?
Why am I old? Why are you old?
I'm not old. I'm younger than you.
You are younger than me, but it doesn't make me.
I'm way more childish than you.
No, that has nothing to do with age, sir. A couple of weeks ago, you said something to me. You remember what you said? You hurt my feelings.
Yeah, because you're old.
You hurt
You
my
sound like
feelings.
the old man, get off my lawn guy.
So we were talking
Right?
about memes.
That's what I said, right?
That's what you said.
What do you mean?
We were talking memes. We were memeing it up.
Do you know who the meme king is?
Who's the meme king?
Jay Becerra. When he listens to this, he'll know what we're talking about. Jay.
Do you want to elaborate on that at all?
He'll
Or
just,
he just reposts a lot of
he
fucking memes.
reposts and he'll send you them.
Really?
Yeah. That's why I always tell him, what do you mean? And he just gets mad.
So we were talking memes. We were talking, and I just off the cuff, offhandedly said, you know, I like most of the memes. I don't like some of the videos where people just do something stupid or loud, and there's really no point to it. And I gave the example of someone walking into 7-Eleven. I think I said like just pouring coffee all over themselves, all over the place, and then running out. And you said, you know what you sound like? You sound like the old get off my lawn guy.
Yeah, you do.
Why?
Because you don't find it entertaining.
Right.
But obviously people do.
Who?
I mean, if something has fucking 1 million views on it, then people are sharing it. It's just like that fucking that chain email that someone sent or whatever, or that TV. I mean, they're getting more views than some TV shows. Like, if there's someone looking at it, and there's that many people looking at it, and they're laughing and wanting to share with people, then it's entertaining to some people. If it's not entertaining to you, then you just sound like that old guy that's like, back in my day, comedy was fucking Three Stooges, you know, slapstick comedy, blah, blah, blah. Like,
So I viewed the video, so I'm one of the million.
of course. But the thing is, did you view it once? Did you share it? You probably didn't.
No, I
Okay,
didn't share it.
but people do.
Some people do.
So with that, if other people were sharing, I mean, if there were 1 million people like you that viewed it once and then turned it and then was like, this is stupid, then okay, I get it. But there's not. I mean, come on. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of music out there that I don't like.
Mhm.
That get millions and millions of listens, but just because I don't like it doesn't mean that it's not entertaining or popular to
So,
younger kids.
so you don't like the music.
Yeah,
So you're the same thing. You're the old
I
get
did.
off my lawn guy.
yeah. I'm not. I didn't say that. I didn't say there was anything wrong with it. I just said that's what you sound like.
Well, my question is, and what?
But I also don't like fucking. I'm out there like, oh, Little Pump sucks. Tekashi 69 suck. I'm just like, I'm not a fan of it. That's not my thing.
So
You're saying that you don't like it.
I am.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I said. So do I have to
Well,
like?
if you said it, did you mean it?
I said it,
Okay.
which is why I meant it.
Okay.
Or actually, it would be vice versa.
Yeah.
I meant it, which
so-
is why I said it.
Podcast.
.com. Well, how much would it be to .com ourselves?
Probably like $2.
Really?
No, probably not that much.
Oh, okay. I wonder if somebody has like Google.com.
Yeah.
Who has it?
Google.com.
Yeah.
Google.
Shit. That'd have been a great one. We should have thought that.
Side note. Remember, have you seen the movie Hot Tub Time Machine?
No, I have not.
part of the movie, I'm not gonna,
Spoiler alert.
spoiler, it came out like
Spoiler alert.
fucking 8 years ago.
Yeah,
whatever.
no, at some point you don't spoil it.
So the guy doesn't go back into time. Like, what happens is they went back in time, and he didn't want to go back into the future.
He stayed in the past.
So he stayed in the past,
Yeah.
and he created instead of calling it Van Halen, it was called Lou Halen, or some shit. And then instead he created Google, he called it Loogle. And then so the guy was like, "Wait, what did you say?" He's like, "Yeah, I looked it up on Google Maps." He's like, "You mean Loogle?" He's like Lou, like, you know, you don't call it Google. He's like, "No, Loogle." He goes, "So if you want to look up like sports scores, porn, or whatever, like you go to Loogle." He's like, "Yeah, it's the greatest website ever."
Loogle's amazing.
So that's what I would do if I went back into history. I would fucking create all the shit that you already know happened.
I would put like $100 into Starbucks stock, Google stock.
Yep.
I got a funny story about buying stock. I'll tell you in a
Stock
minute.
just plummeted.
Again?
I lost $100.
So, my question is do I have to, and I'm asking you this as you're getting up and walking off,
That's fine. I'll sit back down.
do I have to like everything to not sound like get off my lawn, old man?
No.
So why did it?
But you can still sound like something. Like, what's so wrong with that? Like, what's the issue? I don't get it.
Well,
Because you don't want to be old? Is that why?
No, I'm fully aware of how old
Like, I don't understand what the problem is. It's okay. It's okay to not like something. It's okay to be.
But to not like something, does that automatically make you sound like get off my lawn?
Well,
Because
what you said was it was dumb.
I think it's dumb.
Okay.
I do.
So,
And so in my mind,
okay,
reality,
which is fine. That's
perception being reality, it's dumb video.
perception is reality to you.
Yes.
But perception of these fucking 18-year-old kids. Dude, I saw this video and I thought it was dumb, but it was really fun. After I watched it 2 times, it was funny.
Okay.
This kid tries on these shoes and he fucking runs out the door and the guy runs after him, then he runs back in. He's like, all right, I'll take these.
Oh,
At first,
shit.
I was like, what the fuck? And then I was like,
It's
that's
oh,
funny.
okay. All right. And you know what? Like, okay, so
That was funny. After
to
I
me,
watched it
to
2
me,
times, it
okay,
was funny.
so that's kind of it's. I guess I look at it from like the small business owner point of view. Like, dude, you're gonna jack $100 shoes.
7-Eleven.
I'm talking about your video.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, well, they
and
poured
to be,
coffee
and,
all
and
over
wait a
this.
minute, wait a minute.
And the coffee probably cost them like 5 cents
Yeah,
to make.
well, but
and they
okay,
charge
wait,
you
wait,
the
wait, wait,
$1.15.
wait, but wait a minute. These are also franchise. So these are owners. They don't own all of the 7-Eleven. They own that one and maybe 4 other ones.
They
in there.
charge $1.99 for
and a,
bag
and,
of
a,
chips.
and a threading place and a waxing place.
Yeah.
Is that racist?
Probably. But
Okay.
those are kind of your peeps, though.
How are they my peeps?
Don't you guys own everything?
Not eyebrow threading places. Those
Oh.
are the red dots.
Oh, sorry.
Not on their house. Those are the pedophiles. The red dots on their foreheads.
I was like, don't you have a red dot on your flag?
Oh, yeah, actually. That's funny. That's funny. I don't know. Go make your drink. I'm going to go on Kevin's rant. My thing is, just because I go through 100 memes and 3 of them I go, I don't think those are funny. I don't think that makes me sound like get off my lawn, old man. I think it just means that that's the type of meme that I don't think is funny.
Oh, that was a
I
heavy one.
don't think because you liked, if you choose a type of music that it makes you like, get off my old lawn, get off my lawn, Elvis was the best, this rock and or roll music is from Satan. It's just your preference. If I said,
But no, but I guess because you were talking about comedy, and you said I don't like the comedy nowadays because, I don't like these kids like creating these videos and they think they're funny. I think that's what the original premise was.
And
So
that's-
where I said you sounded like get off when you said I don't like the comedy nowadays. When you make a comment like that,
I don't
then
think I was that general. Because
I really think that's what you said. I want to go back and listen.
Let's go back and we'll find some viewers.
Because
and go back.
when you say something like that, that's when you sound like
Oh, I
get
agree.
off my lawn,
But I
fucking
think
you little whippersnappers. Like
And the reason why I disagree with I said it like that was because I said, in general, I like a lot of these memes. They're funny. They make me.
well, these aren't memes now. Now we're talking about comedic videos.
I find them on the same meme app that, like, I use. So in my mind, like, they're all classified as memes.
And then that's you being old.
Why?
They're not memes.
It's
a
on a
meme.
meme app.
No, but a meme is
Mine is called Memeroids.
doesn't mean that it's a meme.
Well, it's on Memeroids.
Kevin, you learn so much.
Okay, so if a video is on a meme app, it is not a meme.
Doesn't this? I mean,
It doesn't classify it under the meme category?
no, because you know what a meme is?
Is the definition of meme a single picture?
Actually, I don't know. I don't know if there's a video, but I know there's a picture with words.
There's a lot of those.
Yeah, that's a meme to me.
That's it.
To me, that's a meme.
Okay, so what if it's a video? Like one of those, what do they call GIFs? Could a GIF be a meme?
Yes.
So it's not just a single picture.
I didn't say single picture. I was just saying that an actual video, like if we're talking about
I'm talking
somebody
about
running through a store and
10-second video that is on my meme app.
It used to be called the Vine, but Vine got killed by Instagram.
Now you sound old talking about Vine definition. Where is our producer Rick to be able to look?
He's sober somewhere.
Okay, so let's read the definition.
I can't,
of
but
meme.
you can read it to me.
Okay, an element of a culture or system of behavior that may be considered to be passed from one individual to another by non-genetic means, especially imitation. A humorous image, video, piece of text, etc., that is copied, often with slight variations, and spread rapidly by the internet.
So a meme can be like one of those like those challenges, like the fucking Bow Wow challenge or whatever. You have no idea what that is, huh?
A humorous image,
Okay, you're right.
video,
Whatever, I guess.
piece of text.
I'll lay down.
Okay, so you have to like all memes.
It's you have to like all memes.
Okay, so then take it back. I'm not old.
You
man
are
guy.
old.
I'm not get off my lawn, old man.
You
guy.
are.
Why? Because I didn't like one version.
But you like you don't
memes.
like all those kind of memes.
So if you don't like horror movies,
I don't.
but you like a lot of other genres of movies,
I only really like comedic movies.
you don't like movies. And you sound like I want to listen to the radio and listen to Harry Truman speak in his fireside chats.
Again, I think the context that we were talking was comedic, like we were talking about comedies or comedians, and that's when you said something like I don't like these types of comedies, and I was like that's when you sound like that.
I didn't. That context I did not use.
I'm gonna have to go back and listen to it. And I'm gonna have to play it, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
Because
my
remember.
my memory is horrible.
Is it?
It's terrible.
I have a really good memory.
Mine is terrible.
Which is why I did well in school.
Yeah, I didn't do well in school.
Oh.
I passed because my girlfriend was a year older than me, and I used all of her answers for my test.
A great strategy.
It really was. It was.
Great strategy.
And you know what was best? Is my mom used to tell me, don't ever have a girlfriend in high school. Don't have a girlfriend in high school. Enjoy your high school years. Blah blah blah.
There is
right?
some truth to that.
Okay, because you had a girlfriend in high school, right?
No, Yvette was the second woman I ever met in my life.
Gotcha. So, wink, wink. So I met this girl. She'll remain nameless. We'll call her.
Smushmortion?
There was no smishmortions going on there. I met her like the last month of school, maybe like 2 months of my junior year, but she was a senior.
Mm-hmm.
Got with her, whatever. Went to her prom, or I guess it was my prom too, but whatever. Her prom, and then she graduated. So even though we were together my whole senior year, it was kind of like I was single because I didn't really have a girlfriend in high school.
Yeah, she had graduated.
She already had graduated. She was like UCLA.
UCD.
Yeah, whatever. She was at UCLA, and
So she was Asian.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I didn't ever feel like I had a girlfriend throughout my all 4 years of being in high school. So I never felt like that.
That pressure of
tie down.
I'm gonna walk from A12 to M.
Yeah, just to walk her to her class or hang out with her at lunch or none of that bullshit. I don't know where we're going with that, but I just thought that was funny.
Yeah, it's.
And she gave me all her fucking answers, and I never wrote one essay, did one major fucking project. I didn't do a lot of stuff in high school. I don't know how I graduated, honestly. It was a miracle.
It was a Christmas miracle.
I think I told the story last time on one of the podcasts how me and Rick got a good grade because we floated a fucking little raft, like a wooden raft in Lake Lake. Oh my god, these teachers are terrible.
You gotta know your audience.
Dude, one time I was failing a math class. And math is like my favorite class, but it's because I got kicked out of Miss Pinwales' class. I don't know if you remember her. but
had
I got kicked out of her class.
I had higher math classes than you.
Well, I did go. I did have. What was it? I got. What was fuck?
Calculus, algebra, trig.
I got into trig,
Oh, trig is so much fun.
but
I love
I
trig.
dropped it because I didn't want to do it.
Oh.
But this is my. So you know when you like you already done like all your math classes, like
You've got your minimum
so,
standards.
so they made me go back into it. So I went anyway. I had this P and I think it was like a algebra 2 or whatever the fuck it was. I don't know. Algebra 1, algebra 2, just like two of them, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't really want to be there, so I got kicked out of that class. So they put me into like business math, which at the time,
Like adding.
yeah, for sure.
Bad.
But I was already so late. I got kicked out so late that like I couldn't ever get a good grade in that class.
Oh.
But the cool thing was they put me in a class where one of my wrestling coaches was the teacher.
Oh, okay.
So all I had to do was every Thursday for the next like 4 weeks was go scout his, because he was the JV coach too for football.
So scout the opponent.
So I had to go to the opponents and record the games, and I fucking passed the class. Dude, I did a lot of stupid shit in school to graduate. That's fucked up, huh?
You know when
And then the teacher that I got kicked out of, I had to take her again. They fucking put me back in her class the next semester. Fucking bastards. I was good though. I passed the class.
you know my favorite class was cooking.
What's up, Fuse?
Cooking was my favorite in school.
Do they still do cooking?
I don't know if they still. This was fucking a decade and a half ago, bro. I don't know what they do. Actually,
No,
shit.
more. Mine was 15 years ago.
Fuck. God, I'm closer to 50 than I am 18.
Next year, or actually this year,
I'm closer to retirement than I am graduation.
this is the 16th year since I graduated because 1998 was the first year I went to high school. I was the beginning of school, and then 99 was the graduate school, like the year they graduated or whatever.
Jesus Christ.
That's why you're old. That's why you're old. That's why you're get off my lawn, guy.
Damn, I'm closer to the Denny's discount than I am to graduation and eating at Denny's after grad night.
Hey, quick shout out! I saw Fuse at Spin Lounge. He fucking killed it, dude. That shit was dope.
Nice job, Fuse.
Not Mr. DJ Fuse.
Mr. DJ Fuse.
Yeah, you're old, dude.
Fuck, that math is starting to hit me hard.
Oh yeah, and then I had Mr. Sweeney. He just passed away.
Oh, God, rest in peace.
Dude.
You fucking perv.
He used to have all the girls in the first two rows.
Yeah, if you wore a skirt, you were in the front row.
If you were a girl, you had to sit in the first two rows, and his excuse to that was that girls were better listeners, that they wanted to learn, and all the guys would sit in the back.
He had us during football practice in the push-up position, and we were doing push-ups, and it was like down, up, 1, down, up, 2, down,
He just hold it.
and we're like, what the fuck? We look up, and this fool had his back turned to us, and he's watching girls walk down the street, and we're like, I go, come on, Sweeney, let us up. We want to look too.
Yeah.
And he was like, up, 3.
Hey, your replacement's on right now, Mr. Roberto.
Hey, Marco.
I bet you he's red right now.
He turns real red, huh?
He's always red. Is he never not red?
Yeah, I don't know. Hey, this is a good question for Marco.
Let's see if he answers.
I'm not sure if it's appropriate or not, but we're gonna ask it.
Oh yeah.
Hey, so anybody who's out there who has a ring on their left hand, do you want to ask it?
No, I don't know. Oh, I know what the question is. Go ahead. You can ask it though. I don't have to.
If a man asks a woman to marry him, and she says, "Chale, bitch," is that relationship over?
Well, I've never been anywhere near asking a girl to marry me.
He called us jerks.
Well, I mean,
We are.
Did you see the picture of him after the podcast?
Yeah, no,
He tried
can't hang.
he tried to live in your or walk in your footsteps, and he fucking stumbled and ran into the ground.
Look at my seat right here. These are big chanclas to fill.
Yeah.
Okay, so it takes a solid amount of like 15 minutes prior to the show to show up and get this done.
To answer your question though, I guess it would depend on the circumstance. What I mean by that is, maybe you pop the question too early. Maybe you guys have been dating a year and she says no, like, and not because she doesn't want to be with you, just
I'm not ready.
it's too soon.
I'm not divorced from my other husband.
I've had some of those cases. You know, maybe they're just not mentally ready for whatever reason. So in those cases, I mean, I get it just depends on the situation. Now, if it's one of those things where she's just like, no, like I don't know if I really want to be with you, I guess, kind of thing, then for sure the relationship's over. Like why are we together? Like if you're not trying to get married, then like why are you here? Now, I think you're 2 for 2 in asking people. I'm assuming. I don't know.
Yeah, no, yeah. I'm 2 for 2. Two for fucking 2.
Oh man, let's see what Marco says, or what Marco says. What Marco has to say.
Marcos says.
If any woman doesn't want to marry me, the relationship is over. Timing must be off. Personally, I'd be out.
Yeah. You know, I think there are circumstances where you can continue a relationship, like you said. So if you've only been dating, let's say 8 months, and you're head over heels, and she's like, hey, you know what? I'm not saying no, but not yet. I'm not ready. I need to finish school. Something like along those lines.
Like high school or
What elementary, whatever it might be.
that's not even funny.
Then you gotta have a legit reason. Like it has to be something that you can work through. If you've been together for 3 years and she's like, no, I don't know, yeah, I would say the relationship's over. Because if you don't know after a year or two of dating somebody that I could marry this person, then you'll never know.
One of my fears, and this is like a legitimate, like me, like kind of just breaking down a wall on my end. One of my fears is meeting a girl, and then even though I don't think I would ever do this, but like because you're old or because I'm older and like I don't have a family and kids or whatever, like
You are an open.
yes, get off my lawn, motherfucker.
That dead lawn.
There's no lawn. It's not even fucking. Hey, my limes are growing up, or my
I saw
lemons are
those.
growing even
Like, those are
fucking good.
legit lemons, dude.
Um,
I expect lemonade.
Yeah, for sure. Paint that shit gold. Atmosphere. Yeah, dude, I think that my fear would be to propose somebody too early. Like, just because, you know what I mean? I don't think I would do it. I don't think I would, but you know, we're talking about like you're in the moment, like you're head over heels for somebody, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. And I'm at the point where like I don't have kids. I've never even been close to that. I mean, shit, the fact that I don't even know, do you still ask girls to be your girlfriend like nowadays? I don't even know how that works. I haven't asked a girl to be my girlfriend in like fucking 10 years.
With your generational wealth, you almost need a contract for it.
Oh,
in your
dude.
situation.
I don't even know if you want to. I do want to talk about this though. Now that you brought it up. First off, I don't have any generational wealth. Secondly,
Do you want to do it today?
yes, I definitely want to talk about this.
Okay.
I don't know if you want. I don't know if you want to talk about it, but prenups.
Holla.
Is that something?
We want prenup?
Yeah. Would you? Is that something you guys are even talked about?
Well,
Because
okay.
I think in my position, that is definitely something that I'm going to discuss with whoever I decide to date.
Okay, so
So D, a prenup's happening.
one thing that I would throw out to you, backing up and talking about asking. You know, obviously I asked Yvette to marry me.
And I think she said sure.
She said, "Fine, I'm not getting any younger." Lowered expectations is a great place to be, man. You can slide in real easy. I think if you haven't had a conversation about the future, and I know that's awkward, like at our age, to be like, well, what do you want? Oh, I'm looking to get married and this and that. Where would you want to get, how would you, like, just that in a relationship, you have those types of conversations. If you've never had it, then don't fucking ask. If you don't know 100% that she will say yes, don't ask in public. And ladies, just, if you are dating a guy and you're not sure and he takes you to a baseball game and you're on the Jumbotron and they're asking, oh, will you marry me? Just fucking say yes. You can have the awkward conversation on the drive home. Don't embarrass someone in front of 65,000 people. Like, Kevin's public service announcement number 2. Like, just say yes. You can back out of it. Like,
So whenever I go to baseball games, if I'm there with a girl, I always, even if, I probably shouldn't, whatever. Even if they're a friend, I'd be like, hey dude, just so you know, if the kiss cam comes this way, I'm going for it.
yeah,
You can slap me, you could push my face away.
it'll be funny. At least I went for it.
I went for it.
I
I
tried.
never came.
I talked to you that I've been like, would you be mad if the kiss cam came on and I went to go kiss you, put my hand behind your head,
And
put you down in my lap?
That-
She was like,
that prenup you want is not gonna happen.
Yeah, she's like, I think it'd be funny, but I don't. In the moment, I don't know how well it would go.
I'm not cool. I'm not cool. I'm not
Yeah,
cool.
it's one of those things that you talk real big, like, yeah, oh yeah, it'd be funny, but then in that moment you're like, no,
Don't do
I'm
that to me.
not, don't do it. But,
Yeah, dude. I think I would.
hey, listen, here's the deal. If you guys, gentlemen, if you're thinking about getting married and you want to ask, let us know and we'll talk you through it, whether you should or you shouldn't, where you're at. We'll help you out.
I just think that like in my position for sure, like, and when I say my position, I'm just saying like with
Missionary,
yeah,
doggy style,
or reverse cowgirl.
just taking it from behind.
What did I say? Reverse mission. What did I say? All stupid. Reverse doggy style or something.
Reverse doggy style.
I just think that I would. Okay, so girls that I've talked to, I've mentioned this to them, like, hey, like not hey, but just we'll talk about like whether it's not marriage between us two, but like just marriage in general.
Yeah.
I'd be like, honestly, I'd probably ask for a prenup. Like, and they'd be like, really? Why? I just wouldn't want it to get ugly. Like, I feel like it's kind of like uncomfortable in the beginning between you two, but like if it doesn't work out, which is a high possibility. I mean,
The ratios say probability wise, yeah.
you know what I mean? And at least when that time comes, like you don't have to worry about any fucking bullshit. It's just like, hey, this is mine, this is yours, and we fucking cut the pie the way we, designated it to be, and we both move on with our lives. Like,
You know, for me, it's hard.
that's what she said.
Not that I have generational wealth or have money, but California being the state that it is, the minute I get married, my wife gets all of, let's say, my death insurance or my life insurance, whatever. Which means that if, let's say I had $1 million life insurance policy and I have a heart attack and die, she gets all of it, and technically RJ gets 0. So when you do life insurance stuff, I can designate RJ as getting half, and my wife is getting the other half, but she has to sign off on it. So, but the problem is you're already married at that point. So you can do a post-nup after you get married and do contract and all of that stuff, but you really do have to, like for me, if I were to die, I'd want RJ to be taken care of. So for me to give half of it to RJ and half of it takes a lot of post-marriage conversation. At least if you have it before, you've already addressed all of that stuff. And if you're not okay with it, then like most issues that married people have, most problems that come up in relationships,
Cheating.
all of them.
Oh,
You could throw that one in there. Every counselor is going to tell you, like, the default is talk about it. Talk about it. Like, oh, well, did you talk about it? Did you explain yourself? And people don't talk about it, so therein lies the fucking problem. I don't see a problem with the prenup. I wouldn't have a problem with a prenup if I was with someone with generational wealth. Like, take care of your wealth. You were smart with your money to earn it. Why would you not be smart with your money to divide it up?
and I'm not even saying that like in my case that I wouldn't give them anything. I'm just saying that I would just want that to be distributed correctly. You know what I mean? I wouldn't want to get fucked over. Like, just because you're with somebody for 7 years, they get on my behalf.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And there's a lot of women who would be willing to just say yes, get the ring, and then be like, no, fuck it. I'll do whatever I want to do. I'll cheat
What's
on
up,
you.
Angie? We're talking about prenups.
I'll cheat on you. I'll do whatever I want. And
Got any advice?
go ahead and leave me and give me half of your shit. Like, there are gold diggers out there. Kanye said it best.
Yeah.
And
He also said there was a light-skinned friend that looked like Michael Jackson and a dark-skinned friend that
look like Michael Jackson. So you never know. One day it could be light-skinned Michael touching boys. It could be dark-skinned Michael knocking out albums.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What about wills? Have you done a will?
Oh yeah.
I don't have a will. How did you go about that?
You just go to like wills.com
Uh-huh.
and you just
Simple as that, huh?
it's actually really simple, and then you just have it notarized and you
Used to be notary. Why aren't you notary anymore?
I don't know. I just let it slip. Never redid it. It's super fucking easy. It's like an 8-hour class, a 100-question test, and it's all common sense. It's really easy.
Don't be a notary.
It's fun. You get a little special stamp and everything, and a little
How
book.
often do you have to renew it?
Every 4 years or 2.
Fuck
Yeah,
that.
yeah, it's
It's too much, right?
Yeah, it's tough.
I'm just kidding.
It's mine lapsed and I forgot, which is why.
I know I need to do a will just because I don't have anything that's like, I mean, I guess besides my house, but I mean, as far as like
It would just
things that I have, like I wouldn't want them to go to certain people.
Then yeah, that's
know what I
what
mean?
you would just write down as your last wishes. But wills aren't that hard for you. I would say yes, because you don't have an immediate person to take it over. Like, who would you want to act for you to divide everything up?
My mom, my brother, my sister. I wouldn't want all three of them.
To act together in unison,
Yeah.
or would you want one person to act on behalf of your wishes?
I wouldn't want them to act in unison because I know they would need checks and balances there.
Then you would, that's what you state. And it's pretty simple. I mean, the bottom line is, unless they're willing to keep up the payments on the house, they're gonna have to sell the house. Then whatever profits they make, divided evenly, or however.
Yeah, well, the profits I would have them divided between them, but I'm talking about as far as like my personal things. I would want to. I wouldn't want them to like
Certain, list out certain things, like
Yeah.
this is important, take that.
so like my turntables and like all my music stuff. Like I don't want that to go on my nephew Sonny because he's like a little producer and shit,
Okay,
and like that's what he likes to do. Like you know what I mean. And he doesn't DJ now, but
he
I don't know,
might.
maybe
He might later
maybe
on.
at my death he will.
Yes,
Angie wrote, laugh a lot, but some chicks are too prideful and would say, fuck your bitch ass money. Yeah, until, you know. What if it's a lot of money?
yeah. And you know what?
I mean, I don't have a lot of money, but.
I'm
some-
interested to
some
see
people-
how the lady, because we always think of it as the women getting screwed, but there's a lot of times where it's vice versa. Like, some women make more than their husbands, and why not protect your assets? A lot of women, their first husbands have passed away, they got all of that wealth, protect it. Like, I do think there should be some checks and balances. Like, if there's validated, and I'll give you an example. If there's validated infidelity on the man's part, then it nulls the, you keep what's yours, everything gets split. That's a perfect way for a woman to say, okay, you've got $1 million, I have nothing, we get married, whatever.
You stuck your dick in
You
fucking.
stuck your dick in another chick or a guy,
Yeah, whatever.
and now I get half. Why? I don't see why that wouldn't be fair. Or
I wouldn't negotiate with you.
okay. Or
I'm just kidding.
you have $1 million, you get married, she cheats, fine.
She ain't shit.
I keep my $1 million, and the house that we bought together increased in value by 100,000. We split the difference. You get 50, I get 50. Go about your merry way.
Married?
Well, if that's who she cheated with, yeah.
Yeah.
It's, you can, again, it goes back to what I said. Like, have a fucking conversation with the person that you're gonna marry. Maybe it'll work out. Maybe it won't. I don't fucking know. Do your thing.
Prenups. Gotta love them.
You gotta holla prenup. We want prenup.
Yeah.
We want prenup.
Candace, would you get a prenup?
Let's-
Candace is joining now.
And
She'd get a prenup, she could be like, you can take the house, but the beer is mine.
yeah, that would work. Oh, I got. One thing my new brother-in-law gave me is
My new brother. You haven't got married yet, Dick. It's not your new brother-in-law.
no. He married my sister,
Oh,
so he's new.
okay.
I'm old. Apparently, his favorite beer when he lived in Indonesia is now being imported. Like, he was super fucking proud. He posted a picture on Facebook, like, we made it to America. Like, I made it, now you're here. And so I got a 6-pack of, like, this Indonesian beer.
That's awesome.
I kind of think it's cool. Like,
Was it good?
I haven't tried it yet.
You gotta bring it over.
I will on Sunday. Maybe
Just
next
one beer. You don't need to bring all of them.
Bring all of them.
You gotta keep one.
I'll drink one myself, and then you can drink the other 5. I don't care. I don't drink beer. I do want to know how
Candace said she'd get a prenup.
she get a. Would you put a prenup in place if you were rich, Candace? And would you also sign one if your man was rich or woman? Because
Yeah,
now
there's-
apparently we have to be fucking gender neutral for everything.
Or your transgender relationship that you're in.
Yeah, whatever it might be. Fuck all them. Do you want to talk the next question, or do you want to go with
Yeah, that's
our fast foods?
Dude, I didn't do it because it was Christmas and
Oh,
shit.
that's right.
So we
Okay.
could just skip that.
We'll skip that one.
What's the next question?
The next question is, which one is more pleasurable?
Yes.
Peeing?
Yes and yes, as
She
kind of
said yes and yes. Okay. And I don't see anything wrong with that. Like, again, have a conversation with the person you're with. It doesn't mean that you're looking for an out. But I think,
I'm running low on whiskey. Can you bring some?
but I think if you have if you have a wealth, you need to protect it. That's just me. That's how I think. I think we lost yours. I don't know if we lost our Instagram live because we'll check it out.
Has it been an hour? No, just keep talking, dude. Ask.
All right. So a question was posted to us online. Was this as a man?
It was actually a girl asking the question.
As a girl asking the question from a man's point of view, or
yeah, from a man's point
I
of view.
guess we could ask it from a woman's point of view as well.
Because I guess somebody had told her that when
One was better
well, first
than
that's
the
the
other.
question, and then I'll tell you the
Okay.
background.
So the question is it more pleasurable to take a leak after having held it for a long period of time, having to pee? Like, you have to fucking pee. You have to pee. And I didn't get the live.
It's back on.
It is? Okay. Is it better to pee after holding your piss, or is it better to come during an orgasm? And as our folks continue to join, we're gonna recap that question.
So when this question got posed to me, we were at a bar.
Mm-hmm.
There were men and women there. And she said that question got posed to her because I guess the guy had to take a piss really bad. They were like on a road trip or whatever, and he had to pee like super bad. So he went and took a piss and was like, "Oh my god, that felt better than fucking coming." And I don't know if he was being like audacious.
Yeah.
Is that right? Right? Use the word? I don't know.
We'll go with it.
Yeah, whatever. So he said it felt better to pee than to come, like, cause he had to pee so bad.
Mm-hmm.
So she asked me, like, well, we were talking about the podcast, and she's like, that's a question I want to know, like, I want to know the answer to that. So, that's why I asked you to ask it. So my answer is, what?
No, it's just an interesting question to carry over, to hold.
So I'm not gonna lie. When you are holding it that long, or when it's hurting, or like it's like you have to pee, it does feel better sometimes than coming.
I can think of two situations
Where it did.
where it did.
Yeah.
Oh.
It is like the most fucking amazing feeling ever. But my preference to her was the act of coming versus peeing in those great situations. Obviously, I like I said, I know I think that feeling of peeing was better, but like obviously the act of sex along with the coming is what makes it amazing. But when you have to fucking pee and it hurts and you're like, and like the relief of it, oh my god.
Apparently,
I haven't been coming right there.
yeah. I don't think that's true.
I don't think that's true either.
No. See,
I'm coming along just fine.
I think for guys, like, most of our offloading feels basically the same. Like,
For the for the most part. Some
For
of
the
them are
most
better than others.
I mean, yeah, but not dramatically.
She said I'm baffled. You using big words? Are you fucking on the dictionary right now? Dictionaryapp.com?
So, you know, if you-
Dumbfounded. Flabbergasted. Jesus.
she's just hitting Shift F7 and the thesaurus has come up, so she just typed. But I'm just kidding, Angie. I don't know you, but I love those words. So for the most part, and again, if you've had a dry spell and then you got a good nut going, they do feel better. Like those, if you can give yourself a day or two between beating your meat
And not having sex.
and not having sex, though, if you give a day gap, that feels good.
She likes big words like she likes big. Hello. I don't know if Mr. Vasquez is still on, or Mr. David Vasquez, but I want to know what he thinks too. But go ahead, I'm sorry.
But when you asked me that question, two instances came to my mind
Right
away. Like, that was the best fucking piss ever. One of them, I had left a meeting that we had at night. We were having, it was like a cocktail hour. I drank and I had had 3 beers. And you know me, I don't drink beer.
At all.
So I can put away like 6 whiskey shots and not have a problem. But the volume of beer builds up in your gut. I got home barely. Like,
This is when you're driving home and your legs start shaking. You're like,
for some reason you hit every red light. Every fucking slow driver's in front of you.
Is that when you start like thrusting in your seat? Like,
dude, there were moments where I thought, I'm gonna fucking just pull over on the freeway and piss. Like, but then traffic kind of moves and you're like, I can make it home. I made it home, kicked in the door like the SWAT team was like sweeping
everybody
the
down,
house.
everybody down.
And I go, and I was on the phone with Yvette at the time, and I said, look, when I pull in, normally I would go over and give you a hug and kiss, say hi, you know. Hun, I have to pee so bad. Do not be dropping a deuce. I'm coming through that door. And I just sprinted to the bathroom. As you're walking to the bathroom, you're unzipping your pants.
Oh, for sure.
And
is this kind of scary moment because you don't know if any little like squirt's gonna come out?
Or you trip and fall and you're pissing on yourself. And
Either way, it was coming out in the next 10 seconds.
And you just start going and you're peeing.
And you're just like,
The minute you start going, the pain stops. And then it's like, you can
Doesn't it feel like a bunch of like needle, like a bunch of like just amazing like a feeling throughout your whole body?
Now your bladder can only hold so much, but I swear to God, you could pee a 2-liter. It feels like and it's noticeably long. Like you're going, and it's like Dumb and Dumber. You know, he's filling up the beer cans.
You can't stop once you start. It stains.
You're just going, and it's like the pain has stopped. Like the pressure has stopped. Now it's just that every drop is a little more relief, and you're going, and it's just.
You know what? I need Angie to ask her dude. I need her to ask her dude, and he needs to be honest. Cause like for real, you know what I'm talking about when I said taking like a piss. And I'm talking about you were talking about the most dramatic piss.
I'm not talking like hey
a day-to-day piss.
Yeah, no, this is.
It's the most dramatic piss you've ever had.
Yep.
Or, you know, the top 10 versus your most amazing nuts.
Oh, yeah.
The most dramatic pisses you've ever had
are better than your most amazing nut. And again, situation number 2, Halloween party. I'm on my way home from Chino.
Oof, sounds far.
The fucking freeway shut down.
Did you get mad because they called it Chino?
A little bit.
Is that racist?
Bit.
What if they change the name of that place?
We
Dude,
should start that.
We should start that.
We could
Let's
hashtag
fucking start
fake outrage.
A petition, bro. You should fucking be like, I didn't move over here to be fucking mocked. I've been called Chino my whole life.
So I'm driving home. Now, I was, for that Halloween, a prisoner. Like, I had the horizontal stripes, and I had the fake ball and chain.
Oh, not the real one next to you?
I'm not joking with you. I took my knife, I cut the ball in half, because the freeway had fucking stopped. And it was building, and I peed in the Halloween costume. I peed in the Halloween costume and poured it out on the freeway. That was the best piss ever. And now that I think about it, I have a third time when I actually didn't make it home and I peed on the side of the 605 freeway.
I've pissed on the 605 freeway plenty of times.
Okay, so you remember where my house was?
Yes.
I peed on the exit at Whittier Boulevard.
Because you couldn't hold it?
I'm 4 blocks.
Yeah.
And I couldn't hold it. That was in my Sextera.
Your Sextera.
Oh, dude.
I'm telling you, like, I can't think of any specific moments. I just know that when those times come, like, and it's building up.
But here's the thing.
And then once the relief hits, it's just like,
and maybe
the chills and everything.
And I'll put it to you this way: if those best sex moments were as painful
prior
as holding your piss prior to nutting, I think it would be jump ball. But when you're having sex, you're
I'm really
excited,
interested in what other men have to say, like, dude.
But and women, I know you go through this too. Like, I have to pee. I have to pee so bad it hurts. I have to pee so bad I'm getting lightheaded. I have to pee so bad, like my hands are going numb. I have to pee so bad, I'm getting sick. I almost feel like I'm gonna throw up. I have to pee so, move little old lady out of the way, I'm trying to park my truck, sprinting to the bathroom. It is an amazing, euphoric, Angie, write down euphoric. It's a euphoric feeling.
Write that down.
Peeing. I just,
I want her to ask her dude, Marco, this question, and I want her to report back to us.
she said, I would never, ever say that kind of piss is better
But I think a woman's coming is different than a man's
minute.
coming, though.
She would never say it.
Oh, but she would never admit it, pretty much.
Maybe. I don't know. She'd have to clarify that by coming on the show and explaining it.
Well, if she came on the show, I don't think Marcos would be cool with that.
Probably not.
Hello now.
Yep.
Boom,
Nope.
boom.
I'm staying out of that one. I'm staying out of that one. Andy.
No coming over here.
No. Yeah. I'd have a chick I'd have to explain it to. Too. So, but yeah, no, there's
And I would
something.
have probably put down like plastic, like on the rug and shit. You know what I mean?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if you can confuse that orgasm with piss.
But I think a woman's coming is way different than a man's coming.
I think it is too.
Yeah.
Because every orgasm for a woman is a little bit different. Like emotionally, physically. I've never been a woman. I assume that this is just what I've read when, you know, how to make a woman come articles. Or watching, researching online. But I don't know. Angie, ask your man.
Yeah, ask your man. I want to ask other
If
things. I
only,
see what they think.
but I don't know Angie's man. I don't know Marco.
I know him, but I don't know him that well.
Only if he'll be honest. Like, because there's plenty of guys who are just like, oh no, sex with you is way better. But in the back of their head, they're going, yeah, that one time I left Gardens Bar and Grill and I had to pee and got home and what, best ever. Yeah.
I do remember one time when you're talking about like we were at a golf tournament and me and Rick were just throwing it back, like just throwing it back, and then all of a sudden we were like, hey, we need to take a piss, pull the fuck over. I don't know what that says.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, I did that upside down.
yeah, I know what
Yeah.
you mean. And I fucking was like, pull over, and me and Rick we pulled over on like the 10 freeway and just fucking let it rip, and I was just thinking like, this is the most amazing
Mhm.
feeling ever.
The hard part is, well, maybe not the only hard part, but one of the hard parts is once you
She's
go.
asking right now, we're waiting for her to fucking report back.
Once you go, you're like, okay, you can almost do the calculation. I've got 12.6 miles before I have to pee again.
He said no. He's a damn liar.
Yeah. I don't know. Sorry.
I don't even know if she posed the question correctly though. That's the issue.
Have him call
If
in.
she said, is peeing better than coming? Of course the answer is no.
No.
But if
not
you
at
say
all.
like the most
that one,
how
every guy has that one time where you had to fucking pee so bad, like when it hurt so bad you had to pee, and
that
finally
relief.
that whether it be a stall at the stadium, or you got home, or you were able to get off of the bus or whatever it might be and piss. Every guy has at least one moment that they go, that was the fucking
you
best
know what it is? He doesn't drink anymore now because she doesn't drink.
Oh.
I blame her now.
Yeah, well, he did drink, so go back to when he drank.
Yeah, I blame her.
Yeah, you have to go back.
She's the piece of shit that changed him.
Every guy has that one time.
I'm just kidding, Marcos.
I had to fucking piss. Yeah, she's.
No, but for real, there are those moments where that
It hurts.
that tension is just being
Fucking
built up in your body.
You're just like, oh, your stomach, you're getting sick. Like,
And
I get
once
nauseated.
that relief happens,
The
is
pain goes
fucking
away.
amazing.
All it takes is one drip to come out, and you're like, okay, the pain has stopped. It's just relief after relief.
He's a goddamn liar,
relief.
Angie. I don't care what he
And-
says.
And he's doing it to kiss your ass, Angie. Like, no, and I would do this too if my chick was sitting right here. Like, no piss has ever felt better than having sex with you. But she dropped off. She's not on.
We're not talking about sex. We're just talking about the act of coming.
The act of
The
coming.
act of coming
Yeah.
versus taking a piss
Yeah.
at the most amazing piss ever.
Compare the most amazing piss versus coming. Yeah,
Coming to America.
coming to America.
You got anything else?
That's it. Eddie Murphy.
We're out.
That's it.
All right, guys. Well, let us know. Angie, you're a damn liar.
Happy New Year, y'all. Vote on our. Oh, should we recap real quick? What did we go over last week? The fast food place.
I don't remember.
Check out our Instagram. We're gonna post a question. Tell us which fast food place is the best. Have a happy and.
It wasn't Carl's Jr. versus Wendy's, was it?
I don't think so. We'll go back.
Yeah, I'll look at it.
But please have a safe New Year, y'all. Peace.
Later. Hey, you know what we didn't talk about? What we're doing this year.